How many of you have experienced and or witnessed discrimination in the workplace or the military field due to your gender? Gender discrimination is still common in today's world, which is unfortunate for many of us. The majority of people victimized are women and members of the LGBTQ community. Speaking up for gender equality will promote moral justice, empowering people to embrace one another, regardless of gender, and giving women the freedom to make decisions, all of which will contribute to a better and healthier environment for everyone. I believe this issue to be extremely important and convincing since, as a woman, I fight for gender equality, particularly for women who have been undervalued and degraded because of their gender. This form of discrimination has happened to me at work, and as a result, I had no choice but to quit. In the struggle for gender equality, implementing proper ground principles like think before you speak and listen with an open mind, as well as reforming harassment regulations in all workplaces like the military base, may make a huge impact. First, I'll address a specific problem that occurred in a Navy base where a single woman was insulted with insensitive and inappropriate comments. Then, I'll talk about the causes of these issues that can affect women mentally and physically. And finally, I'll discuss possible solutions in promoting and encouraging gender equality. Regardless of when gender equality was established, discrimination against women is still a current persistent issue in the United States. Women face various challenges in various settings, and one of these challenges had occurred in the Navy field, where a specific female faced misogyny. Stephanie Flores, a female service member, was discriminated against because of her gender, and as a result, she was not treated equally. Stephanie Flores mentioned in a CNN opinion piece published March 24, 2021, that one of her colleagues had asked an offensive question like, what was her Latina stripper name? And that a Navy doctor made a remark saying, this is the reason why I never approve with including females in the service. This is an obvious example of sexism where this woman is a target of gender inequality. It is a problem that can mentally and emotionally affect a person such as Stephanie Flores. Unfortunately, women serving in the military face a high incidence of sexual harassment and violence. Women in the field have fewer promotional opportunities than men because of the idea of women being incapable of portraying what men can do, such as their body counterparts. And it's also unfortunate that the difficulties that women in the uniform face do not change until they leave active service. In addition, women also gain less assistance than men in the transition back to civilian life, resulting in higher rates of homelessness since leaving military. Now that we have a better understanding of a specific problem relating to sexism against a woman in the military, next I'll talk about what is causing these problems. Many women face discrimination and sexual abuse around the world. Many of these issues are exacerbated for LGBTQ women and women of color who are exposed to a variety of prejudice, including racism, bigotry, and sexism, which leads to a variety of causes. Discrimination against women often results in psychological and physiological harm. These causes can lead to depression, anxiety, and other health problems. Women who are victims of this type of antagonism have feelings of insecurity, such as not being competent enough or incapable of doing specific duties. At some point, a suicidal attempt is a possibility. These are major consequences of issues that need to be addressed for women who are exposed to gender inequality. Stephanie Flores, as I previously mentioned in this topic, was a victim of gender discrimination. And as a result, she lived with the humiliation of medical sexism, which left a scar on her. She had also stated in the CNN opinion piece that sexism doesn't just tear at women looking to serve their country with honor and dignity. It harms the mission of our armed forces. Another issue is women's income, which affects their financial situation because some women in the United States earn 82% of what males make, according to Samson Coyne in the article of Cron published March 19, 2019. Now that I have addressed the problem causes that women suffer due to sexism, I'll work my way to solutions that are much needed for this persistent matter. To succeed in reducing sexism and or gender inequality, workplaces and the military must alter their laws and regulations as well as their judgment in undermining and underestimating women of their potential. The Navy's current sexual assault prevention and response program, aka SAPR, as well as related programs in other branches of the government, must be updated. A revised SAPR program should highlight gender based discrimination, thereby emphasizing the need of addressing allegations of discrimination and harassment seriously, and also encouraging and support service members to come out and report. Another solution would be to reinforce reduction or eliminate experience requirements for some occupations to boost workforce diversity. Promoting appropriate ground rules can also reduce sexism exposure. If women are viewed with greater dignity in any settings, our world's perception of women will change. Furthermore, as another solution, the UN Commission promotes women's representation in decision making, which can help to reduce discrimination around the world, according to the article of the UN News by UN Women and Nanyali Tanai, published March 27, 2021. The Commission has adopted the resolution of women's complete and successful engagement as well as decision making in public life and the prevention of harassment for ensuring gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls. As a future result, this approach will improve and implement gender equality around the world, giving more opportunities. First, I discussed a situation that occurred on a Navy base in which a single female was insulted with insensitive and inappropriate comments. Then I discussed the causes of these problems that may damage women emotionally and physically. And last, I presented possible solutions through supporting and advocating gender equality. Implementing proper ground principles like think before you speak and listen with an open mind, and as well as updating harassment policies in all workplaces such as the military facility, may have a significant influence on the fight for gender equality. No nation will ever fully prosper if it inhibits the potential of its women and denies half of its population the opportunity to contribute.